Satnam. Let's rub our palms, preparing ourselves to tune in. And already before we chant the mantras to tune in, turning inward. And having your outer posture reflect that as well. Prayer pose, the heart. Nice and tall, rooted spine. Breathing like you want to live. In a moment, we'll tune in with the Adi mantra, the first primal mantra. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Bowing to the infinite creative consciousness. Bowing to the divine teacher within. We'll follow it with a mantra for protection and guidance through that primal wisdom. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. And we'll chant each mantra 3 times. Let's take a deep breath together. Surrender it. And this breath to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Angure Name, Jugangure Name, Satgure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Angure Name, Jugangure Name, Satgure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Angure Name, Jugangure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudev. And be in your breath and in your body. And hold your knees with your hands. And hold your butt to the floor firmly. And we're going to begin pelvic circles, supi grinds, like you're grinding the pubic bone, base of the spine down to the earth, like a wheel, spinning around, rooting, and then connecting the movement with the breath, inhaling through the belly as you go forward, exhaling as you round the spine back. Explore, discover, breathe, and find out how best to move the energy. Notice where you're centering yourself, where the breath is, where your consciousness is. And see if you can move it from the belly up through the heart, summoning the lungs to expand. Give space for the ribs, chest, and center your consciousness heartfully. Last few cycles in this direction. With every cycle of breath, you're invited to mentally vibrate a mantra, inhaling Sat, truth. Exhaling, Nam, reality. Next time you inhale forward, pause. Exhale, completely starting to move in the opposite direction. And get right to it in this way. Unless otherwise specified, in Kundalini Yoga, we breathe in and out through the nose. The eyes are invited to be closed if you're comfortable and balanced, rolled up and into the third eye, the brow point, and the tip of the tongue is invited to rest atop the roof of the mouth. Few more cycles. And inhale, spiral up through the center line. Suspend the breath. Apply the neck lock, chin is in, slightly down. And apply the root lock, Mula Bandha, toning the perineum, raising the sacrum in and up, and pulling the navel to the spine. As though holding, going to the bathroom, or applying a Kegel. Inhale a little more. To exhale. And as you exhale, apply the diaphragm lock, sucking the ribs in as you deflate, lifting the heart, lifting the chest, sucking in the throat, and squeezing the spine and the ribs. Uddiyana Bandh, diaphragm lock for the heart. And inhale to release that pressure. New space in the lungs and chest. Exhale. And keep a long, deep breath. Hands are invited to be in Gyan Mudra, index fingers and thumbs lightly touching, palms up atop the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Let's stretch our legs out and wide. Toes pointing up. Lift the sit bones out from underneath yourself. And then bring the palms back behind you. Come and lift yourself up and then back down. So there's a nice perpendicular angle with the hips. Inhale, arms hugging ears. And then hinging at the hips, the heart, and then the head. So you keep the spinal alignment. Begin to bow forward and down. And then reach the hands to the feet or the legs. Nice. If you're reaching the toes, you're at the peace fingers, you're on the big toe, press on the big toenail, meridian point there. Inhale up, turn to either side, exhale, bow. Inhale, sat, exhale, nam. Leading from the hips, and then the heart, and then the head. It's a good metaphor there. And we're going to be working with our subconscious today, or our own subconscious, rather, really. Working with the lower triangle of chakras, the root, the sacral, and the navel. So these warm-ups we're doing are going to prompt really good Kriya, and it's a Kriya for the instinctual self. And addressing habitual patterns that are locked in the lower triangle of chakras. Elements of earth, water, and fire, where we can create a new alchemy and a new life. Few more cycles. Stretch a little further, breathe a little deeper. Focus at the third eye. Centered in the heart. Balance at the hips. And inhale to rise. Apply the neck lock, chin is in. Apply the root lock, tone the perineum. No energy down or out. Draw up, lift in. Inhale more. Exhale, shake the legs out. And massage the backs of the knees. Let's just massage the legs even. From the toes up. Body presses, compress the legs, squeeze them. Even body taps. Yeah, let's make our way up the torso and back. Unsticking any stuck energy. The chi flowing. The breath moving. Blood circulating consciously. And we'll begin the Kriya after we're done here. So make sure you get every part of the body. Kriya is the form of our practice in Kundalini Yoga. It means practice, and it's like a yoga set, and it's like a formula. So it's like if you have a herbal book and you're looking for a remedy, it's like you can go, it's like a recipe. In Kundalini Yoga, we have all these recipes for certain specific objectives. And this one is for the instinctual self, for the subconscious. And we'll begin in a beautiful butterfly pose, one of my favorite postures. Everyone loves, so good for the pelvic floor. Soles of the feet are together, heels are close in, so there's a bit of a stretch. You can lean forward and then set yourself back down. Interlace the fingers over the toes. Let's just first flap our butterfly wings up and down. Keep a lift in the chest. Bringing micro adjustment to the very tiny bones of the pelvic area. And then relax the movement up and down. And we're going to begin a spinal flex in butterfly pose. So let's just set ourselves up comfortably here. Notice how the spine is. And then begin to inhale as you flex forward and up. Forward from the belly, up through the heart. And exhale as you round the spine back. Inhaling Sat, truth. Exhaling Nam, identity. Please continue, and I'm going to read the comments shared for the Kriya by our teacher, Yogi Bhajan. Stretch the spine. Stretch and release it. This is the last part, and I love this. We do this in every Kriya, but it's really emphasized here. Remember to focus the mind on what you are doing and what you are experiencing during this practice. So being present and aware with whatever surfaces, whatever arises from the subconscious mind. Kundalini Yoga is like removing that filtration system between the conscious and the subconscious mind. And so when we practice, when we meditate, often a lot of the thoughts can be new to us or become apparent to us just how crazy we really are or can be when we're not regulating. And the beauty is to be within that self-awareness as you work your way through this practice today. And I'll share the comments now. As human beings, we share certain instincts with animals, but we also have the ability to direct, shape, and give meaning to the expression of these instincts. Many of the strongest instincts find expression and representation through the lower triangle chakras. First, second, and third, the physical correlates being the rectum, the sex organ, and the navel point. About halfway now. So as I read the comments, this is kind of what you're touching on, what you're exploring within yourself. Dysfunctions of the body are reflected in the mind and vice versa. A serious neurotic behavior or a self-destructive attitude will also appear as an imbalance in the lower triangle. The most direct way to correct such an imbalance is to physically stimulate the nervous and glandular systems in order to alter the instinctual and learned patterns in the lower chakras. Once this is achieved and a new energy balance is attained, then through analytic self-assessment and meditation, it is possible to effect holistic change in behavior that is desired. Again, focus the mind on what you're doing. Body, moving, breathing, mind, meditating on Satnam, what you're doing and what you're experiencing in each posture. Final 30 seconds here. If you feel called, you can speed up. Listen to your body, listen to your breath, listen to the mantra. Stretch, serve yourself, liberate the spine, liberate the lower triangle. Density, stagnancy, inability to act, change. Last few cycles, full breaths, full stretches. And inhale to come vertical. Be comfortable, be relaxed, and apply root lock, squeezing the base of the spine. Inhale more. To exhale, relax. And now cross-legged, hands to beyond mudra. Return to a long, deep breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And let's move forward and onto our bellies. Lying on the stomach, place the hands under the shoulders or just in front of them. We'll be moving between a cobra pose and a platform pose, like a push-up. So in cobra pose, spine is arched, head is up. Rotate the arms outward, keep the hips, pelvis stretching downward. This is the inhale. This is the exhale. As we inhale, we'll move into a push-up posture. Inhaling like this, pushing up, exhaling back to cobra. Legs are together. Or however it works best for you. You can also alternatively do Sphinx pose. You just have to adjust that a little differently. Inhaling to a push-up, exhaling to cobra or Sphinx. What are you doing? What is it doing for you? Strong movement, strong breath, powerful breathing, constant rhythm. Breathe strength. Yogi push-ups. Halfway. Breathing from the navel. In this exercise, we're working the sacral and the navel chakras, balancing sexual energy with creative, fiery, active energy. Water and fire. Last few cycles. Connect to your third eye. Keep the heart connected as well. Shoulders wide in the cobra. Chest lifted. And do one more cycle. And then we'll meet together in cobra or sphinx, whichever is better for you in this moment. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Suspend your attention at your third eye point and apply Mul Bandh root lock. Inhale more. Exhale slowly, vertebrae at a time, really release down. Consciously. Beautiful pose of surrender, lying flat to Mother Earth. Inhale. Exhale, slowly push up. You can take a quick child's pose if you like. And then we'll move our way into a crow pose, yogi squat. We have different names from traditional or other yogic lineages. So our crow pose is like this. We're sitting in a low squat, knees are wide, and then we'll have the elbows over the knees. And in this posture today, we'll be interlacing the fingers and just holding them like a bowl in front of us. You can always like roll up your mat or use a cushion to bolster yourself, to bolster the feet, or even to sit on. We'll be holding this pose for a few minutes, and we're going to do our first real pranayama, breath control work, breath of fire. If you know it, please just get to it. And if you're new to breath of fire, it's basically a rapid rhythm breath. Every exhale, the belly pumps into the spine. You'll find your own speed, your own strength there. Keep the chest and the head lifted, shoulders back. And at any point, you can always return to a deep breath or normal breathing. This is for the root chakra, Muladhara, root foundation. If you're new and you're feeling like you can't find the rhythm of the breath in and out through the nose, it can be helpful to stick the tongue out and pant like a dog on a hot summer day. When you feel like you found that rhythm, please try to stick the tongue back in the mouth and continue in and out through the nose, because we want to be working those passages, those channels, Ida and Pingala, lunar and solar. We call them nadis. Nad is a sound current. So a nadi is like a channel through which the psychic currents of our mind and body, spirit move. Psyche. halfway. Try to keep the head up, chin level with the floor, nice. So these two channels, they start at Muladhara, the root. This is the home of the unconscious and the home of Kundalini, infinite potential and creative potency for you, yourself, your identity, your Satnam. Final 30 seconds. Perfect the posture and make any adjustments to get more comfortable. Exhale. Inhale. Apply Muband root lock. Seal off the base. Raise energy in and up. Inhale more. Exhale. Gently release out of the posture. Hands at the sides, the floor. And take care of your ankles, heels. Rotate the feet. Point and stretch the toes. Shake out the legs. Maybe massage the hips. Keep the breath moving. And before we continue, let's just take a moment to sit and gather ourselves. Hands invited to the Gyan Mudra. Drishti, eye focus, the third eye. And breath smooth, long, deep. The mind is overly active. You can apply the mantra, Sat Nam. It's best to just not engage with the thoughts that arise or the play, the sly ego. Rather face the reality, Satnam, turn in, soul, heart. Good, inhale. Exhale, let's move to our backs. And we'll begin leg lifts. So resting on our back, toes pointed up. We'll inhale to lift one leg at a time to 90-degree angle. Best you can, having no bend in the knee. Up to 90 degrees, best you can. Exhale it down. Inhale the opposite up. Exhale it down. Inhaling this up. Exhaling Nam. Every breath. And then we're actually going to do both legs simultaneously now. So feel yourself really rooted at the base and grounded at the rest of the back, head, and engage your core, engage your abdominal walls. Inhale, lift both legs up, exhale down, inhale, Sat, exhale Nam. Arms can be at the sides, palms down, or if you need support, you can have the hands beneath the butt. Get that core shaking, nervous system strengthening. Push it. steadily. What are you doing? What are you experiencing? When sensations, feelings, thoughts arise, what does it mean? Do you judge? Do you, well, the best is just to be compassionate, to be self accepting, moving energy, breaking through blockages, unsticking what was stuck, burning through. Lower triangle, survival, fear, sex, ego, the forging of one's identity in that soup of primal humanity. Halfway, if you feel called, you can strengthen and begin to speed up. Both legs simultaneously if you can. Inhale, yep. Sat. Satnam, mantra of truth, mantra of the heart. Your truth, your soul, personal to you, circulating throughout you and throughout your world, your field of experience. "30 seconds. Burn, baby, burn. Last few cycles. Breathe from the belly. Engage your core. Straighten the legs. And inhale, lift up 90 degrees, get set, comfortable and relaxed within the posture, and apply root lock. Within that relaxation, contract, pressurize, base the spine up like a rod of energy horizontal to the earth. Inhale more. Exhale slowly, slow as you can, lower the legs. Giving your core one last challenge here. Let the body shake. And when you get feet to the floor, exhale, release. Relax, let go, surrender, posturally and internally. And we will relax on our back here with the arms at the sides, palms invited to be faced up, just like we do at the end of class, Savasana. resurrect your breathing, your breath, and begin to wake up the body. And from here, we'll begin back rolls. So please hug the knees into the chest without crossing the feet. And begin to rock forward and back along the length of the spine, from the base of the spine to the base of the neck. Staying curled up tightly, massaging your back and your spine. If you're bony like me, this may be uncomfortable. And it's helpful to like have real nice padding, that blanket on top of the mat. And if at any point it's painful, then just stop. This is really good for the cerebrospinal fluid, the engine oil for the central nervous system, the brain of the body. And yogis understand that every lunar month that the life force cycles through the spine, renews monthly like that. Last few cycles, tune in to the subtle dimension of your inner spinal channel. And resting on the back, hug the knees in tight, take a deep breath, and consciously contract Mul Bandh root lock. Rectum, sex organ, navel in that order. Inhale more. Exhale, release. Take a moment to relax. Breathe. The mantras in English for the root, sacral, and navel are I am, I feel, and I do. Roll up into a shoulder stand, bringing the knees in and then rolling up on the back to balance on the shoulders. Hands can be at the low back, thumbs over the hips. And then you're balancing the weight of the body in the elbows and triceps and the upper back and shoulders. Legs are ideally straight up from the spine, toes pointed. Get comfortable here. If it's uncomfortable, then you can just do the leg lifts like we did earlier and hold it 90 degrees like that. But try to sustain yourself in shoulder stand for a few minutes here with the breath of fire, pumping the belly with every exhale. This pranayama, this breath control, rapidly expands and contracts the lungs, diaphragm, and abdominal walls to clear, purify, and open the mechanisms of breath so that prana, vital life force, can move through you, to you, from you. Infinite wisdom, intelligence, life. It's meant to be kind of a relaxed pose where you're releasing pressure from the back, reversing the flow and weight of gravity. Try to relax the muscles in the face, the nerves behind the eyes. Power of breath of fire just comes from its steady rhythm. halfway. Thirty seconds. What's happening? Where's my breath? Where's my mind? Am I present in body? Aware? Letting your energy think for you so that you don't have to think. Vitalized system does it for you. Last few breaths. Exhale. Inhale, hold, root lock. Inhale more. Exhale, and now lower the feet back behind you into plow pose so that the feet stretch up, back, behind the head. A few options here. You can have the hands to reach the toes, bringing them down to the earth behind you. Or you can keep on supporting your lower back like that as you stretch the feet down. Or even just having the arms down the floor, palms down, whatever you find most supportive. Here, continue the breath of fire. Nice, Veronica. Everyone looks really good. Support yourself. Ideally, if you can get the legs perpendicular, or rather straight back, and the back perpendicular. Yeah, you all look really good, perpendicular backs. Nice, John. Halfway. Really, what is most important is that you can find stillness and ease within the pose. Not have to struggle or fight yourself. You don't want to do that. Final minute. The most important word in yoga is surrender. Can we find surrender, return to yoga, to union, to unity within self, body, mind, spirit? State of surrender brings us there always. Eventually, last 20 seconds. Listening to the body, adjusting. Exhale. Inhale. Suspend the breath, apply root lock. Command the life force, third eye gaze. Inhale a little more. And exhale to very gently lower, release out of the posture. And come to rest on the back for a moment. We do have one more pose, but let's just take a respite here before we get to that last one. Inhale life. Exhale it. Hug the knees in. For our final pose, rock up and down. And we'll come up into celibate pose, wherein we're sitting between the heels. I don't know why it's called that. I think it's because it's supposed to be really good for wet dreams. This pose. And like transmuting that sexual force. If this is uncomfortable for you sitting between the heels like this, then you can just sit on the heels. Or if that's still uncomfortable for you, then you can sit cross-legged in Sukhasana or even Padmasana. But however you're most comfortable in your seat. And ideally like that in between the heels. And you can also bolster yourself with a cushion. Here we're going to do Satkriya. Arms are hugging the ears, fingers are interlaced, but for the index finger. And you can cross whichever thumb over the other naturally. Locking into this posture for 5 whole minutes as we beautifully chant Sat Nam. Kind of like that. The gaze is at the third eye. You want to chant with your power, with your projective, creative identity at the navel, please. Pranic power. Let's take a deep breath and let's try to be together while also, free. Your own voice. Inhale deeply to begin. Sat. No. 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 2 minutes. Sat. Continue. No. Balance between striving and relaxing. Listen to yourself, your healing voice, healing your system.
Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam.
Sat
Nam.
Sat Nam. Sat
Nam.
Sat
Nam.
Sat
Nam.
Sat
Nam.
Sat
Nam.
Sat Nam 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 Sat Nam. Last few cycles. Stretch. Sat Nam Sat
Nam.
Sat
Nam.
Sat
Nam.
Sat. Inhale. Suspend the breath and like a rod of energy, squeeze the spine from the base to the crown, squeezing up along the sides, the muscles along the spine. Inhale more. Exhale, hold the posture. Twice again. First exhale completely. Inhale, expand fully, open, clear channel, clear light. And within that expansion, hold the breath and contract. Inner mechanisms through the spine. Inhale, raise the energy a little more. Exhale, holding the posture. Third eye gaze. Inhale deeply. Press the roof of the mouth with the tip of the tongue. Squeezing the base. Squeezing the pelvic floor. Squeezing the belly in. Through the heart. Through the throat. Third eye and crown. Inhale more. Exhale, sweep the arms through the auric field. Sitting tall, you can return to Sukhasana, comfortably cross-legged, or sit like this or on the heels. And we'll integrate, synthesize, and balance. Present, embodied, breathing. Heart-centered. Be free to meditate as you please. And when you feel complete, listening to the body, following it for what you'd like to do next, and an invitation to rest in Savasana, corpse pose. Arms at the sides, palms up. Windshield wiper the feet and let them hang out to either side. And a really good exercise for Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, one's own place, which is the second chakra and the one in between 1 and 3, which we've been working on, water, bringing change, is to feel and circulate your feeling awareness through from the toes to the crown of the head, present with whatever arises, feeling part by part, sharing your breath and your awareness throughout your entire system. And when you've done that once or twice, then completely relax as a corpse, dead to the world, and as a soul returning to source deep within. resurrect your breath, breathing life back fully and deeply from your belly through the root line. Strong, deep breaths, reawakening. And return movement to the fingers and toes first, extremities like that. Rotate the wrists and joints of the ankles. Wide circles in one direction and then the other. Stretch the arms up overhead, point the toes to stretch the legs, full body, wake up, stretch. And hug the right knee in. Take a cat stretch, crossing the right knee over the left leg and turning to face the right. You can bring the knee closer to the earth with the left hand and right arm opens out to the sides. Try to keep both shoulders grounded and enjoy the hip opening stretch. When you're ready, to the opposite side. Hip and back. The spinal twist. And you've done both sides to your liking. Back to center. Rub the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands, waking up the nerve endings, waking up the nervous system and the body like that. Wake up the nerve endings, rubbing vigorously. And then ground the soles to the earth. Bless the palms over your face. And slowly raise the hands up to open the eyes and stare at the creases in the palms, destiny lines. It's a dream yoga practice to stare at the palms and ask yourself if you're dreaming. Because when we look at our hands in our dreams, they look really weird. So getting in the habit of doing that. Maybe one time you realize you're dreaming, you do that. Now hug the knees in and rock around the spine. And switch the direction. And then move from side to side. And then up and down the length of the spine. And coming up to a nice, comfortable, meditative posture for yourself. Cross-legged in Sukhasana, or maybe half Padmasana or full Padmasana, using a cushion. And we're going to do, we have a little short time for meditation. So we're going to do a brief meditation for the subconscious mind. Works twofold, like Kundalini Yoga does with the vital life force energy and then the mental energy. Primarily the first one, and then secondarily the mind, but really more than anything, the prana we're working with. We're going to bring the left hand to Gyan Mudra. Right thumb will cover the right nostril, and we'll inhale through the left nostril. This is the mental channel. We'll lower the hand, or people sometimes keep it up, but then as we hold the breath, we're holding the breath now, we're going to pump the navel into the spine as we chant Wa, Hey, Guru, mentally. Wa, Hey, Wow, Guru, indescribable. So, okay, let's try that again. Let's exhale to the right nostril now. Inhale through the left. And pump the navel to the spine with the sounds. Wa, Hey, Guru. You're holding the breath. And then you're chanting that repeatedly, like about 16 times for 48 pumps. as you're holding the breath in. It can be challenging to get to that 48, but we're just going to do it the best we can. 16 repetitions of that mantra. When you're ready to exhale, exhale through the right nostril. And inhale through the left to continue. Mentally vibrating that mantra, powerful psychic vibration. I'm going to play music that will help guide us as well, because it can be hard to count to 16 if you're new to it. We'll have the rhythm of the mantra music here to help guide us. Remember, you're inhaling through the left nostril, exhaling through the right. This is the highest Kriya we have in Kundalini Yoga, Sudarshan Chakra Kriya. Cleansing the subconscious mind of that programming that dictates, enforces the patterning that we're ready to be released if we're practicing a transformative practice like Kundalini Yoga and discovering, searching for the self, spiritual dimension of life. Eyes are invited to be open, 1/5 of the way, gazing down at the tip of the nose. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the left, deep breath. Pump the navel 3 times, each repetition of the mantra. Wa He Guru. Indescribable, the light of the soul, the light of the realization, becoming one with the source. Within you, soul, source, heart, supreme self. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Get to the depth, the core, your inner vibration, frequency. Vaheguru. Mentally repeating the mantra. Nothing else. A few more cycles. Stretch the lungs, stretch the breath. It's about 30 seconds holding. Try to do the best you can. Really pump the navel like a hammer to an anvil, navel to spine. Cultivating tapas, psychic heat. And then you're threading that life force through the spinal channel, inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling to the right. Thread the breath through the spine like pearls through a necklace. Exhale through the right nostril. Let's go for a little bit longer. the system settle, calm. Maybe you need to exhale a little earlier. Final cycle. Deepest, strongest breath yet. Clearest, focus, psychic vibration. Walk through ineffable consciousness, divine. Exhale through the right. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And shake vigorously the fingers, hands, and arms. Shake, disperse the energy. Move the hands and arms through the auric field. Shake the body, shake the spine, shake the arms. Keep breathing. Keep shaking. And inhale, stretch out. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Just as we opened, we'll close, holding our own hand at our heart. And we'll close with the Longtime Sunshine song, blessing all of ourselves, all parts, and all our relations. Maybe someone or somewhere specifically, sending healing energy to. If you have a mantra sheet, please flip it over. It's on the back side. Let's take a deep breath together. Exhale. And holding the hands at the heart, chanting from there with love. Let's inhale to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. 3 long satnams. Nam. Nam. May you make a great friend of yourself, your body, your soul, and may you embrace, come to love, and accept the more animalistic parts of yourself, your nature, and learning how to integrate that with more human and more angelic parts of life into your efforts today of creating and transforming yourself in that way. Please bow your head in self-love, self-respect, and gratitude to your body and soul. Satnam.